There are times in life when we tell lies, not because we want to deceive or hurt others, but because we're afraid of facing the truth. We lie to protect ourselves, to shield those we love from pain, or to hold on to something that feels too precious to let go of. And sometimes, those lies grow, becoming more tangled and more complicated until they threaten to unravel everything. But by the time we realize it, we're already too deep, and the lie has become part of who we are. This is a story about one of those lies. A lie that I told, a lie that I believed, and a lie that I tried so desperately to hold on to in order to keep everything together. My name is Grace, and this is the story of the lie we told to keep it all from falling apart. It started when I was 14. At that age, I thought I had everything figured out. I was the good daughter, the good friend, the good student. I did everything right, followed all the rules, and kept my head down. My family was close, always there for each other, always present at every school event, every birthday, every holiday. We had this picture-perfect life, or so I thought. I never saw the cracks beneath the surface. I never realized that not everything was as it seemed. I had a younger sister, Emily, who was 2 years younger than me. We were close, though we had our fair share of sibling rivalry. But there was something about Emily that always made her different. She was the wild one, the one who challenged everything, who questioned everything. I admired her for her confidence, her willingness to speak her mind, her bravery. I was the quiet one, the one who never wanted to rock the boat. Emily, on the other hand, was like a storm, unpredictable and full of energy. But one thing we had in common was our parents' expectations. They were both high achievers, always pushing us to be the best versions of ourselves. It wasn't that they were overbearing or unreasonable, but they had dreams for us. They wanted us to go to good colleges, to have successful careers, to make a name for ourselves. And we tried. We really did. But somewhere along the way, Emily started to change. At first, it was small. She became more withdrawn, more distant. She stopped spending as much time with me and started hanging out with different friends. I didn't think much of it. We were growing up after all. Things were changing and I assumed it was just part of the process. But then, I started to notice other things. Emily wasn't coming home at the usual time. She was sneaking out at night, going to places she wasn't supposed to be. Her grades began to slip. And when I tried to talk to her about it, she shut me out. She was shutting everyone out. And all I could do was watch as my once vibrant, confident sister spiraled downward, unable to reach her. It wasn't long before the truth started to come out, though not in the way any of us expected. One afternoon after school, I found Emily sitting on the porch, crying. I had never seen her like that before. She was always the strong one, the one who never showed weakness. But now, here she was, breaking down in front of me. "Grace, I've messed up," she said, her voice barely a whisper. "I've made a huge mistake and I don't know how to fix it." I sat down next to her, not sure what to say. I had no idea what she was talking about, but I knew that whatever it was bad. "What happened?" I asked gently, my heart racing. I knew whatever it was, it had to be serious. She hesitated for a long time, looking away, as if she was afraid to say it out loud. But eventually, the words came tumbling out. "I've been hanging out with the wrong people. I've been doing things that I shouldn't be doing. And now I'm in trouble, Grace. I'm scared." I didn't know what to say. I didn't know how to respond. I was shocked, terrified even. This wasn't the Emily I knew. She was the girl who had everything going for her, the one who always had a plan. And now, here she was, broken, lost, and afraid. But instead of saying something helpful, something supportive, the first thing that came out of my mouth was a lie. "It's okay," I said, even though it wasn't. We'll figure it out. You're not in this alone. We'll keep this between us. We don't have to tell Mom and Dad. They don't need to know. I don't know why I said it. Maybe I was trying to protect her. Maybe I was trying to protect myself from the shame of what she had done. Maybe I didn't want our perfect family to fall apart. I didn't want to admit that everything we had worked so hard to keep together was starting to crumble. But that was the first lie. From that moment on, everything changed. Emily's behavior worsened, but we kept it a secret. I covered for her when she skipped school. I made up excuses when she couldn't make it to family events, and I told our parents she was just going through a phase. I told myself it was all for the best, that if we just kept the lie going a little longer, we could keep it all together. But lies have a way of growing. The more we hid the truth, the more complicated things became. Emily got deeper into the things she was trying to escape from, and the more she sank, the more I felt myself sinking too. I wasn't just lying to our parents anymore. I was lying to myself. I told myself that everything would work out, that if I just kept pretending, it would all go back to normal. But I could feel the pressure building, the weight of the lie weighing me down, threatening to crush me. It wasn't long before the lie started to unravel. It happened one night, when Emily didn't come home at all. I stayed up waiting for her, heart racing with worry. When she finally walked through the door hours later, she looked different. Older, more worn out. I knew something had happened. I knew she had crossed a line she couldn't come back from. The next morning, our parents found out. They had found out everything. They knew about Emily's secret life, about her struggles, about the things she had been hiding. They were devastated, confused, and angry. And as much as I wanted to blame them, to make them understand that I was just trying to protect her, I knew deep down that I had played a part in it. I had lied to them, and in doing so, I had betrayed their trust. I had betrayed my family. I'll never forget the look on my mom's face when she found out. She was heartbroken, shattered by the realization that her daughter had been struggling for so long, and she hadn't known. My dad was angry, not just at Emily, but at me too. He couldn't understand why I hadn't come forward sooner, why I hadn't told them the truth. And in that moment I realized the truth about lies. They don't protect you. They don't keep things together. They tear everything apart. The lie we told to keep everything together was the very thing that caused everything to fall apart. But that wasn't the end of the story. It wasn't the end of Emily's struggles, or mine. It was just the beginning of a long and painful journey of healing, one that would take time, honesty, and trust. We had to face the truth, all of us, and deal with the consequences of the lies we had told. In the months that followed, our family began to rebuild. It wasn't easy. There were moments of anger, of confusion, of deep hurt. But slowly we started to heal. Emily sought help, and she worked hard to turn things around. It wasn't a quick fix, but with time, she found her way back to the person she once was. And as for me, I learned something important too. I learned that protecting someone doesn't mean lying for them. It means being there for them when they need it most, telling them the truth, and helping them face their fears, even if it's hard. The lie we told to keep it together didn't work. It never could. But the truth? The truth is what ultimately brought us back together.